kingdom of heaven against men. See, they shut your pineal gland down, which is your kingdom of heaven. Okay? Alright? They shut down the women, which is the kingdom of heaven. Okay? If you don't think the woman is heaven, I don't know what the hell to tell you. Okay? Alright? And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. But who unto you scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites? For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. See, they don't help. Okay, they don't help at all. See what I'm saying? They don't go in themselves, okay? But woe unto you scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. I mean, they shut it up. They shut the door. They locked all the temples around Egypt. Okay, they shut them all down. Alright, they shut them down and started building their synagogues and everything, alright? And which was the kingdom of heaven, where everybody went in there and spoke, and they knew they made those kingdoms on the earth in the same representation of a lot of things that will be done on heaven, on earth as it is in heaven. So this is what they're talking about. You shut up the kingdom of heaven against men, for you neither go in yourself. So that means they were not going in the temples anymore. Neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. So now watch this. Neither suffer ye them, okay, that are entering to go in. That means that they never did anything to help the people who were suffering to enter into the place. That means sitting up wanting to get in, but they done locked the damn doors up, shut the churches down. So listen what it says. It says, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you devour widows' houses. Okay, I mean, they going in now after they done murdered all the men, eating up the widow houses. Now you gotta understand what they did. They set up their religious system where they were doing everything from making people. They have food people into making these animal sacrifices to God. But your animal, they say it can't have no blemish or anything. So now people will leave home and bring their most beautiful animal that they pick from their flock at home, because you got to go so far. So you don't want to drive a lot of animals, but you want to go to the temple and make your sacrifice. This is the way they was robbing everybody's mind. You know, you can't make your sacrifice at your own house, because they the ones who came up with all this brainwash stuff. So they made it where the stipulation was you bring your animal to the church or the temple and you make your sacrifice there. And of course they had their own people that's sitting around there that butchered animal and this and that and everything that went on with a part of their old scam, so they could all make a profit off of your idiocy. So you'd have people that want to do the right thing because they were the Catholics who have set all this stuff up, and if you wasn't in compliance with them, they could send the soldiers to your house and kill you. So what you would do is you would come and make a sacrifice to the church, to their God, and that was a way of paying your taxes or this and that, but at least showing face with these barbarian tyrants so you could have some grace with them. That's what it all boiled down to. But listen, they were so cold-blooded. That's the way. When people come real far distance with an animal, and sometimes they bring 2 or 3 because they know it was possible that these people would reject the animal, or that the animal could be, you know, slaughtered by a predator on the way, or just take ill and die. So what they did is, only ones who was able to come there anyway and make sacrifices was pretty much the wealthy. So they'd bring maybe sometimes 2 or 3 animals. You know, they even prized animals so much that sometimes they put the animal on freaking horse-drawn cart so it won't take lame or something, and have the horse pull the thing all the way there, because they wanted it to be an animal that was in prime condition so that Pharisees wouldn't reject the animal. Let me tell you why the Pharisees would reject the animal. The Pharisees would reject the animal because that would force you to have to buy animals. So this is what they would do. They'll tell you, you got 3 animals you brought there. They'll tell you, no, these animals are not good enough. Our God won't accept this animal because it has a blemish on it. And you know it don't have a blemish because you took time out sorting through everything you had and brought the best you had to offer. But they're the ones running the scam, and your whole objective is to make a sacrifice. So of course what they'll do is end up taking your 3 animals that you brought and give you an animal that they allege to you is preferred by God. all these animals are coming for the chamber that we know God handpicked. You see the bullshit? So you make your sacrifice, and then now after you made your sacrifice, they keep the meat. So they butcher it, spread the blood and everything, and then you go home after they done made you overpay for an animal. They had your little ritual, everything. You probably could eat a little bit of the meat or whatever, but you leave. And now what they're gonna do is take this meat that's left over and selling it at the local market. So they were just cleaning up. Same bullshit religion, Jews, who was planning this crazy scheming stuff through the name of religion way back then. So Yeshua was the same person that his nephew is, or his grandchild is, because that Yeshua used to come and visit me. The last time he came and visited me, let me tell you what happened. He came into my room, and me and him was talking, and he took me with him. Me and him went somewhere, and when we got there, he was standing at the bottom of this mountain with me, and we were standing there talking. Then the next thing I know, he was up on top of the mountain, and I was looking up at him, and I looked around me, and there was this huge ass army, huge, and it was all white people. And I was looking at all these white people, and I was saying, what are we doing here? And the next thing I know, he jumped off that mountain, and when he jumped off that mountain and hit the ground, the whole mountain jumped up off the ground. So that was some incredible stuff. You know, and it just was really amazing that I had that vision. I didn't know I was having meditative moments then. I was thinking they were dreams. But I'm starting to see now that I was more conscious of what was going on than I was trying to give myself credit for. And I'm finding all these things out. Okay, so let me go on. But yeah, like I say to you guys, I'm definitely not telling you all this stuff to flatter you or be boasting or anything. I'm trying to really do a good job of letting you guys know what you're dealing with, the circumstances of who I am, so that when everything start getting to the straight up what it's going to come to, no one is going to be able to try to sit around and say you weren't warned. Okay? Alright. It said, woe unto you scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you devour widows' horses. Okay, they made her widow. They killed her husband by sending him to war, making him an alcoholic, making him a homosexual, making him a prisoner. All the stuff they do just so they could have control over everything. And for a pretense make long prayers, therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation. Okay, for a pretense make long prayer, therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation. Okay, sit around here pretending to be the most holiest of all. Okay, stand in front of those stupid walls, the Wailing walls, all day crying, that dumbass shit. Okay, woe unto ye scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, you make him twofold more the child of hell than yourself. Okay, that means that when they get through with you, you will become just like them, but they're going to make you be double worse than what they are. That's what they do with you Christians. And that's the reason why you guys is so quick, where if someone come to your church, you befriend them, and you could be sitting up in the church and everything, but then the minute the vibrations of spirituality start changing and that person come to talk to you about, you know, there's something else going on. This stuff about worshiping this white, even you black people did it to me. This stuff is not right, because I'm getting some stronger energy, and I'm getting information from the universe, from moon, from the stars, from other people, from animals. I'm having this spiritual encounter with everything on the earth that's showing me there's a really, really strong, powerful energy that's Jesus is not covering it. It's something missing about these if you will, teachings that we're getting. They're not covering all the experiences that I'm having, and this propaganda is not suited for what I'm actually experiencing. And then you talking to the people in the church like that, trying to tell them that, and you watch them frowning at you and walk around with their little uppity asses like you done did something so wrong, by being honest with them, telling them that this Christianity is not getting it. We have a more powerful spiritual essence on the earth that we're not dealing with, and I'm telling you, my vibrations with this thing is so strong, I can't keep trying to overlook this. I need to go on a quest to find out more about what this is trying to get at me, other than sit around here knowing that this Jesus shit is not authentic enough for what I'm going through, for the experiences that I'm having. Okay, I got things coming out of the wall talking to me, and I got animals talking to me, and you're not going to tell me that that's evil when these things are telling me that the evil is the people who have aborted all these children and enslaved you, and they're misleading the world with the worship of this white image that is just incomplete because it doesn't supply you guys with a family unit of deification. It just gives you the melanin recessive, non-regenerative man, and he's very selfish and greedy, and he's a warmonger. And you guys got to stop that. So this is why I'm here at 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, no, it's not that late. I thought it was, but it's just 10:53. So I'm really ahead of myself because I've submitted. Really, I've been so energetic, you know. So I thought it was a lot later than that. All right. Okay, so here goes. 1, 2 scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you devour widows' houses. Devour widow houses, that means that they put your children in jail. Everything I just described to you, destroy you, always demand money. You know, your child is not found guilty of anything, but he's locked up because you got to pay to get him out of jail. See, this is all gangsterism. This is all what we were allowed to go on under the following of these Pharisees and these Jews, the ones who own all the banks and all of the freaking everything. The grocery stores, everything they own it because they've given us this religion. And all this stuff that I'm reading to you right now, they stole it off our writings on the wall because we're very wise. And we knew that one day we'd be able to use this book against them, even though they used it to take advantage of us. Because I'm getting ready to show you how they left a lot of open windows for me to climb in and devour their ass with their own work. And that's what I'm going to do to you right now. I'm going to check it out. So he tells you right here how they will devour the homes of the women. Now, I've been telling you guys that they took advantage of the woman. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, Jews, hypocrites, for you devour widows' houses. Now, anytime they make you a widow by sending your husband to war, or making him be a homosexual, or making him be going to work all the time, take his strength of a man away from him by keeping him paid low, alright? Keeping him on jobs that'll make him sick, keeping him around circumstances of drugs and poverty and all that other stuff. This is what they mean by making a woman a widow, because he goes to prison, or he becomes a drug addict, or he becomes a homo, or he be dead, brain dead. All this stuff makes her a widow, even though her husband could be around. He's sitting up worshiping and loving Jesus too. He might as well be dead because he's not a man. Okay, anytime he takes his true strength of self away and give it to the image of the man that enslaved him, and he sits up and want to have the right to tell his woman that he's her man, but he's on his knees with her worshiping the image of the white man that they both know enslaved them. And I'm not saying this to be rude. I'm saying this because no one else is pointing this shit out, and it need to be pointed out. Okay. Okay, 1 unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you devour widows' houses. Even took her husband, turned him into a little faggot, got him down there worshiping him too. And for a pretense make long prayers at the wall, whirling the asses off. Okay? You shall receive the greatest damnation. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you accomplish sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, okay, you accomplish the sea and the land. I mean, they're everywhere to look for people to convert men into Christians. And when he is made, you make him 2-fold more the child of hell than yourselves, okay? Alright, that means that the child of hell is just evil. Just makes him evil as you are, doubled up in your wickedness. This is the first and great commandment, okay? This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Okay, now watch this. This comes after all this crazy stuff that, okay, wait a minute, excuse me, I got off track. Woe unto you, just disregard all that stuff I just said, because I went to the wrong chapter, but I'm back on track. It says, 2-fold more the child of hell than yourself. And then it say, woe unto you, ye blind guides. That means you are a guide, and you are blind yourself. Okay, and woe unto ye blind guides, okay, which say, whosoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing, but whosoever shall